Good morning, folks. About 8 a.m. or so. So I'm not sure how many people will be on, if any, because I've never gone live this early, I don't think. So far there is 0 of you. So far there's 1 of you. So far there's 4 of you. So far there's 9 of you. So guys, guess what? I got the hacks in. Always use Dawn with your dishes. Alright. So, first, I want to just say for the folks who tell me that they're going to unsubscribe if I keep posting so much, see you later. I don't care. That is a weird reason to unsubscribe to someone. Clearly you're not a fan of what I do anyways, so that does not bother me. You don't have to tell me, you can just unsubscribe, that's fine. I've lost like 500 of you though. Darn it. I mean, it does suck, but oh well. Hey guys. LLCU? Why even tell you? Yeah, why even tell me? Post more and more. Hey guys, Beeb, is that your name? Or that's probably Babe, but like BB in a cute way. Hey Janine from Australia, you don't post a lot, keep posting. At work, we'll watch later. Okay. Hello from Norway, I really like your art. Thank you, Elizabeth. Elizabeth Wilson. Oh, I should turn off those notifications so you don't keep getting annoying dings. Awesome. I just posted on Instagram, and I'm already getting some messages. By the way, if I don't get to your message or your email, or you think that I forgot, just send me a reminder on the same platform that you've already messaged me on, so that we only have one conversation stream, and then I can clear up if I've forgotten about you, which I try not to. I've started writing stuff down in a book so that I can look back to it, especially for commission work. If you're on the list, you could be waiting for a couple months, hopefully not that long. If I had my shop, we wouldn't be waiting that long, but such is life, right? You don't always get what you want. What am I trying to do here? Oh yeah, I'm gonna get a new cloth, a new washcloth. Check it out, my wife makes these. I'm not sure if she made this one, but she does make them, so that's cool. Okay, that's good enough water. So, can you come do my dishes? If you pay me enough, yes. Portland, Oregon, hello. Post whenever. Never let subscribers control your... Oh, I'm not going to. I'm just saying. If you're going to be like that, then you're going to be like that. What the heck? I don't like go to you and be like, man, if you keep going to work, I'm no longer gonna be your friend, or whatever. Because, I mean, this isn't necessarily my job, but it's become a part of my job, and it does make me a few dollars. So, if it's gonna make me a little bonus income where I can do more on my property and get my house done faster, heck yeah, I'm gonna do it. I mean, you don't make a ton of money off of YouTube, or, well, I don't. I know, I mean, I only have 17,000 of you guys, right? Where people have like, say like 100 or more thousand subscribers, I'm sure they make more money. I'm not sure. Which I'm not pandering right now. I'm just saying. Oh, that was hot. Turn that down a little bit. The Netherlands. Hello, Marika? Marike? Probably Marika. I like Hanksplanks with the Sharpie outlines. Alright, so I'm going to show you the hats. I got the new hat. This is my old one. It's still good. I wore it while doing some renos and stuff, so it's not exactly crisp anymore, but it's still perfect. I need to get a haircut, so because my big ass mop on my head is shaping the hat a little bit, which that's no good. But I'm going to get a haircut maybe in a couple days here. kind of busy right now because I got art walk coming up here. Art walk and Dakota, my brother, if you guys know Dakota, he's got a commission that he needs to fulfill. The logistics with photography are complicated. Like, he had to get the right glass. He had to find some, I forget what it's called. But he had to find some other stuff to do the frame. But now we're going to do a different frame. I'm going to help him, or maybe not help him. He might be able to just do it his own ideas and do it on his own. But the frame, he's going to come over today, actually. I'm grouting the bathroom again. Not that you knew that I was already doing it, but if you watch the next vlog that's going to come out in a couple days here, or maybe 3 or 4 days here, I started on the bathroom grouting on the floor, and I'm going to do a little more, because some of it's kind of bare in spots. Not bare, but like it's sunk in. I guess there's some shrinkage to grout. I didn't know that there was. It looked good when I first did it, but now it's looking like it shrunk, or maybe I just didn't know what I was looking at in the first place. Who knows? I don't know. I don't do tile, so I'm learning. Grizzly Adam Mountain Man? What? You need to paint a mountain man. Oh, I painted, he's not exactly a mountain man, but I painted Uncle Si before. I think that guy's hilarious. But yeah, good morning, Sarah. Good morning, AH. Good morning, whoever retracted their own message. I love that you let Hank and Duke on your bed. My dogs too. Yeah, some people think that's gross, which I don't get it. Why is that gross? Like, they're like, oh, because they got oils in their hair. I'm like, yo, so do you. Look at this. Look at your pillowcase. Just change your sheets. I don't know. Do you never wash your bedding? Just get over yourself. Daniel Boone. If there's I don't know what Daniel Boone looked like. Are there any pictures of Daniel Boone? You guys like that song "Got You Where I Want You"? I think that's what it's called, by the Flies. I think. I was listening to that song this morning when I woke up, probably, I don't know, 2 hours ago or something like that, and it was like jamming. I was doing, I was wiping the grout in my bathroom, like, you know, where you like clean off the haze. I was doing that, jamming out to that song. I don't know. My 3 cats sleep with me and sleep on the bed sometimes during the day. Yeah. Hey, did I decide what I'm gonna do with the Hanksplanks? I think I did. If you check my Instagram, you'll see a picture on the, or not a picture, sorry, in the story there will be a story about it. I'm gonna explain it here right after this. Someone asked what kind of music I'm into. I'm into all sorts of music. My favorite band is Nirvana. My favorite, I guess rapper would be Eminem. My favorite style of music is probably, I might be rap. I don't know. It's kind of hard for me to say. I have like, if you guys know Adam Savage, he says, I got at least 20 in my top 5. Same with me. With certain things that I like, my top 5 is longer than 5. The Mary portrait you did was so cool. Aw, thanks. I appreciate that. You post too much. Well, look how many people are here. Yeah, word, right? Well, how many are here? 125. Yeah, well, I appreciate you guys all being here. I really do. Especially since I'm just doing dishes. I have 2 left, and then I can show you what I'm up to. You do not post too much. Do you like bands like Pearl Jam? Yeah. Tool? Yeah. Nirvana? Yeah. Grew up on it, hey? Hello, Emily. I hate when I touch the screen and then it doesn't keep scrolling on itself. Would you do Q&A if you use... Would you do Q&A if you use the dishwasher? I don't know, maybe. The reason why we don't use the dishwasher is because it leaks. Like the seal around the door is cracked or whatever. And I could change it, I suppose. I just haven't. I don't know. Look what I said about the hats, Josh. I don't know what you said. I'll have to scroll back up. Just say it again and I'll try to look for it. Or was it here? Many hands make quick work. How's Ashley? Ashley just left to go to work about half an hour ago. Maybe more like an hour ago. Now inspired to learn welding housewife / mom from Texas. Yo, welding is so easy when you do like what I do, because it's not structural. If you do like my older brother Will, he does the art too, but he actually knows how to weld, whereas I just tinker. I'm sure I could weld something together that would work, but it might not pass like an inspection or anything like that. Wow, when I say might not pass, it's likely it wouldn't pass. Okay, I think that's all the dish. Actually, no, there's another cup over here. 1 second. What about Foo Fighters? I like Foo Fighters a little bit, but not really. Okay. Okay, that's it. Okay, now let's sit down for a little bit after I clean this up. Okay. We're on the move. Okay, let me grab this stuff. We're gonna go sit down over there at the table. That is a mess. We're doing I shouldn't say we. My wife is doing my bookkeeping for me. She's such a champion. So we're a little messy here. Your thumbnails crack me up. Do they? They're pretty awesome. That was stupid. That was so stupid. Okay, guys. Another couple I follow on YouTube get their hats and patches separate, and they got a machine to put patches on. Maybe cheaper for you, thus more money. Maybe, but then it would take up more time, which I don't have much of. Okay, first, we will talk about... Oh, crap. I forgot to grab the Hanksplanks. Okay. Now, as I had basically promised, the demotivational signs were going to be crappy, and in the last vlog, I tried to like reiterate that for the people who don't actually know what the Hanksplanks are. This is a Hanksplank. This is what I had in mind. And it looks okay. Like, that doesn't look good, which was never the goal. But it doesn't necessarily look bad. It's only $10 too. Now, this morning, I decided to make it kind of pop a little bit here with some black outlining, kind of like you would if you're pinstriping. I think this looks a lot better, and I think this is what they are going to look like. What do you guys think? I like this one. I've only done one just to show. It doesn't take that much longer. Yeah, way better. It looks great. I like the outline one. Yeah, so I think I'm going to outline them all. If I get enough people. Yeah, the outline, I really like them. You like them with the black outline? Yeah, the outline. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. It gives it just a little more dimension and makes it look like I put more thought into it, even though I didn't put any thought into it. All I did was I took the 6 most popular sayings. I'll still take custom ones if you want, but I took the 6 most popular ones and then I chose those ones, which are give up, it's not okay, mine, which is it gets worse, your mom, not worth it, try, fail, quit, and that's it. Try, fail, quit is the last one. Okay, and then, well, one of you and then several of you jumped on board, suggested the Hanksplanks. Now the Hanksplanks are smaller, right? They're this size. They're the same wood. They're kind of messy on the back. I may fix that with a chisel. Who knows? I don't know. But it was extremely hard to get a paw print. So this is one of the better ones that I got. And I was thinking doing the same outline, but I would do, instead of just, that's kind of hard to see. It's kind of shiny. But I would just do the shape of his paw all the way around. Or I could still do it this style of this, where I don't do every bit of it. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should it be all the way around like this? Should it be nothing? Like this? Because his paw print isn't the same on every single one, and then it runs over. So here you can see that I made it, I cut through it because his paw isn't shaped like that. You would do it the same style as the signs? Okay. She would put the black thicker. Okay, I'm going to do a partial outline on this one, and then you tell me what you think. Okay. It's kind of harder to draw on this because it's so rough. Also, it doesn't help that I left this marker with the cap off for a while. Okay, so, come on. So with it being partially, let's see if I can hold all 3 of these up. Keep in mind, the paws were way harder to do than the rest. Okay, let me hold it up with 2 hands like this. Okay, what about that? I'll hold that as close as I can. Something like that. Josh, remember when you carved the heart? Maybe you should carve Hank's paw print and stamp them on. You know how difficult that would be? I would have to sell them for way more than $10. Do a lino cut stamp. Again, it wouldn't be his paw print. This is literally his paw print. He did this, right? Well, I made him do it, but I like the partial outline. I like the paw with the shadow. So this one. The one on your left is my vote. On my left, right here. Okay. The third. Do the shadow. Okay. Okay, I'm going to do the partial. Someone said the first one, which I guess would be this one. You like the last one. Let's say the last one is on this side, the first one is on this side. And I get the shadow. Yeah, here, let me hold that closer so you can see that. No outline looks more real. If you want to buy one, you can also let me know, because I'm going to make more of these. I only made 16 and then it started raining again because I had to go. If you watch the vlog, you'll understand. But it started raining again, which freaking bummer. It's like the earth is like, man, the fires are over there, so let's rain over here. We need the rain up north. The shadow is cool because it's part Hank, part you. All right. Partial, hands down. Okay, I think I'm gonna do. Someone said first and last. I think I'm gonna do some with none and some with, and then when you order one, if you don't say anything, I'll do the one with. If you do say something, I'll do the one that you choose. Pause down. That's funny. Yeah. Yeah. So, that's done. Number 2 on the list of things to say, which I think is freaking awesome. So exciting. The hats are in. They come with this sticker, which is this. It's the same design basically. It's just a sticker. I have 50 of these, and I believe 40 some of them are sold. So I have a few left. And then there's some at Legit Kicks as well. If you're local to me, you can get one at Legit Kicks, or you can just get it from me, whatever left. I've decided, and I'll probably explain this in the next vlog as well, that I am going to make the boxes myself out of old boxes. I was trying to think of a way I could make, what would you call it, like a reusable case, I guess you could say. But I just couldn't figure out what would be good and economical at the same time, because the hats, I'm already making them as cheap as I can. And then to add another expense on top of it is really going to kill me. And I'm pretty sure I didn't charge enough for shipping, because I think the shipping prices have gone up. If you bought a heart from me in the last little while, I told you that the shipping was $15. But the shipping was actually $26. And so I screwed myself. But it used to be $15. So I go to the post office with that and some prints. And the prints usually cost around $12-ish to ship. Around $12. Something like that. If you're in the States. In Canada, it's closer, it's higher, it's a little higher. But in the States, I'm like, a lot of you guys are in the States, so that's what I'm talking about. I go there, and she tells me, she's like, all right, word. You got a bunch of packages here, which they hate that because it takes forever. So I am like ready for the total, and it's like $237. And I was like, what? It should be like $180 or something like that. And she's like, no, yeah, these are blah, blah, blah. This is $19. Like the prints were costing $18 and $19 to ship. And I was like, those should be like $12. And she's like, no, they're 19. And I was like, she's like, yeah, with tracking, blah, 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 insurance and stuff, $19. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want the tracking then, because I'll just send another one if it doesn't make it to them. It'll be better. It's not worth the risk to pay so much in shipping. And she's like, no, you have to put tracking on it. And I'm like, I thought that was only in Canada. And she's like, no, it says tracking. It's the only option it gives me. And I was like, okay. And then the hearts, which are usually $15 to ship, were $25 to ship. They were like 25 something, close to 26. And I was like, what the heck? Why are they so much? And she's like, oh, that's just what they are. And I was like, did your prices go up somehow? Like, you guys are federal. Like, we should know because, like, we pay for your salaries and stuff. So your website should do a thing and then it should be on the freaking news. But I guess they didn't go up. Either I was getting mad deals before and then they just got wise to it, or I'm, I don't know, stupid and don't remember. But yeah. I showed my dad how cool your hearts are. He wells and he asked me why he's been buying birthday presents from the shop the last 20 years when he could have made me one. Yeah. That's funny. Um, so yeah, that's where I'm at. So if you guys have noticed that if you've ordered from me before that the shipping price has gone up, I don't charge more than the post office charges. All I charge for is what the packaging costs me, and if it doesn't cost me anything, then I don't charge anything for it, and what the post office charges. So that's all I do. So if it's gone up, it's not me, it's them. I try to make the shipping as the least amount possible so I can sell more stuff, make more money myself. Uh, I don't want to charge you a bunch in shipping. It doesn't make any sense. Uh, if that makes sense. Cost me $40 to ship a package to New York. Yeah, like that mosquito. Check out how big this box is. Oh, and by the way, you may notice that I don't ship in blank boxes. I don't buy boxes for the most part to ship, unless I absolutely can't find one or don't have time to make one or whatever. I just make my own boxes out of old boxes. So this one is this is the ladybug that's going out on Monday. This is the mosquito. This is the smallest box I could put it in, and luckily it works. I have a whole bunch of these uh, boxes because I have a whole bunch of these lights, so that works out perfect. But it doesn't weigh anything, so hopefully it doesn't cost that much to ship. But uh, yeah, I try to use the least amount of waste, and I keep like all this styrofoam, like from the what do you call it, the tiles. For some reason, hinges was coming to mind, but the tiles, I kept all the styrofoam for that, and I packed this mosquito full of the styrofoam because it's pretty delicate. I hope none of the welds break because they're just tacks, right? Especially the wings. The wings are just barely on there. Um, Josh, are you familiar with pirate ship? It's cubic shipping rates. Might be worth some research. Pirate ship. Let me write that down. Pirate ship. Okay, for shipping. For 3 Hanksplanks, how much would shipping to Ottawa, Ontario be? It'd probably be, let's see, this weighs probably, I don't know, 2.5 pounds or maybe 3 pounds. I would say this probably, it might weigh 2 pounds. I don't know. It'd probably be like, I don't know. I don't even know how to say it. Like, I would like to say it would probably cost like $12 or $13 or $14 or something like that, but it's probably like $78. I have no idea. Um, I could put it in the estimator though if you want one, or three, I guess. Just send me an email at the ordering email, which is orderfromjosh@gmail.com. I always forget what it is because it's new. Orderfromjosh@gmail.com. That'll be the best way for me to remember to do this. I already have like a bunch of emails in there right now. If I haven't gotten to you yet, it's because like my wife does the stuff on the computer, like to like send in the invoices and stuff. I don't really know how to do that, so we do it together so that I don't forget. Because sometimes I'll click on an email and then I'll read it, I'll reply to them, but then I'll forget about it later because like 7 more emails come in or something like that, right? So I try not to read them until a certain part of the day, unless it's just an inquiry, so that I don't forget about it, and then people don't get upset that I'm, you know, whatever, not taking their order or whatever. I'm in Scotland on the mainland, but companies down in England use it as an excuse to stick an extra five, is that a euro, on the price if they ship it all. The bugs, how much? The bugs, so something like this, it goes by about how long it takes me to make them. Uh, the thing about art is it takes a while for art to gain value, so I sell these for a pretty decent price, I would say. So for a scorpion like this, or similar, none of them are the same exactly, but a scorpion like this is $100. The mosquitoes are $100. The ladybugs take a fair bit less time, and beetles, I guess. That was the first one I made, so I'm basing it off of that. I sell those for $75. The dragonflies are $75. You know, the least amount of welds, the better, right? And if it's fragile, like these are just coat hangers, his legs. So they are, well, coat hangers and nails. I used fencing nails for those. They, you know, it takes a while to weld all those together, especially for me. And then to cut all the pieces, find all the pieces, whatever. I'll probably never make a scorpion like this again because I just happen to have these pieces that fit together. I couldn't weld to this because this is just brass. You can't weld to brass. I'd have to braze it. But to get around that, I put this spoon handle or fork handle, whatever it was, and welded it to the ferrous part. Or the, not the ferrous part, yeah, ferrous, right? I don't remember. And then to here, then I put the legs to that. It worked out good. This is sold, but to a local guy. His name's Bob. He's got a few of my things now. Really cool guy. In the States, you can get free priority boxes. Yeah, I know, right? That's awesome. We don't get that. We get flat rate boxes, but the shipping, like I think the smallest shipping is like $22, and I think it's only within Canada that you can use them, and they're like odd, small sizes. Like they're flat. Like they're. I don't understand how anyone falls for it because it's just like imagine you have something that's you know, like this big, right? You could probably ship that for like say $14. Or you can get the box that it'll fit in and ship it for $25. It's stupid. Smart garbage pick boxes if you have to. You know the boxes that I'm actually using from when I moved. We got like 150 boxes or something from a guy off of Kijiji. And Kijiji is like a Craigslist, like an online buy and sell site, if you're not aware. And we got way more than we needed. We only needed like 60 boxes or something like that. And so all the extra boxes, I just cut them up and then ship stuff in them. The pit line is looking great. Oh, outline. Keep recycling, Josh. We want to save the planet too. Partial looks better. And talk to UPS or FedEx. Sometimes they work a flat rate. Oh, yeah. Yeah. When I'm shipping something big, I go to Pack Mail. If you watch my vlogs, you're probably aware of Pack Mail because they will crate it for me. If it's something fragile or something so big that is easier for me not to crate it up or whatever, they'll do it for me. And they're professional art packers. I don't know what you would call it. So I'm glad that I know them. And you know, they're decent people too. Like I went in there and they didn't know me, and I didn't know when I was going to be able to get paid for this one thing. But I asked them, I was like, "Yo, can I just leave this here and pay you over the phone?" And they're like, "Oh, we don't really do that to people we don't know, but we will do it. We'll do it for you for this time." And then now they know who I am and stuff. I go in there quite regularly, but I don't know. Maybe it's a thing where you just talk to people and treat them nicely. They'll treat you nicely as well. Private shipping places can sometimes be cheaper to get customers. Yeah, pack mail I think is a little cheaper, but they're like a conglomerate of a whole bunch of other. Oh, hey, thank you, Becky Sweeps. They're like a conglomerate of all the couriers around here and the post office. So if I bring something there, they look up on every courier and they're like, so that rooster, the last rooster, I shipped that. That was like $110 to ship to the US, including packaging, which is a decent price, I would say, because they have to do it in such a way, and it's like the rooster is kind of fragile, so they have to, I don't know how they packed it up. They sent it out the next day that I dropped it off, so that was quick. Um, but they went to each company that they work with, all the courier system, and they like saw what the rates were and stuff, and then they picked the cheapest one, which I think was just regular postal service. No, it was UPS. I think it was UPS. They sent me a receipt. So, yeah. He said before he takes PayPal. What? What? Did someone ask if I? Oh, do you take PayPal? Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's probably the easiest way. If you're willing, I don't expect this, but if you send it as friends and family, then I get this full amount. If you send it as you're buying something, then they take like whatever. If you're spending $100, they take like $5 or something like that. I don't know, something like that. Probably not $5. That might be a little bit much. They might take like 250 or something like that. I don't know. And I don't have to charge GST. I used to charge GST to everyone because it was just easier, but I found out that you don't have to charge GST to people who don't live within your country. So we have a provincial system here, but you still have to charge GST to other Canadians, even if they're like from BC or Saskatchewan or Ontario. I still have to charge them GST. Doesn't make any sense because their GST is different, and they might have other provincial tax, like they might have PST and or HST or whatever. But I still have to charge them that. But if you live in a different country, I don't have to charge you that tax, so you save a certain amount of like probably like $4 at the most, but still it's something. Except I do have to charge GST on the post because I had to pay that. So there's that. You're a friend. It needs to be sent as friends and family. Thanks, Rachel. E-transfer. E-transfer is actually the very easiest because there's no fee for that. If I have too many transactions in my bank account, then there's a fee from my bank, but it's not very much. It's like 18 cents or something like that. I have GST and PST here in Saskatchewan. Yeah. When I went to Saskatchewan, this is weird. So when I went to Saskatchewan, I didn't have to pay the PST because I said I was from Edmonton. And they're like, oh, well, you're not even from here, so just GST. So I was like, awesome. I didn't know that. So if you're from, at least in Saskatchewan, if you're from another province, they won't charge you the tax that doesn't exist in your province. At least where I went. When I was working on the Potter House, I went to, what was that? I forget what the other town was, but I went to Saskatchewan a couple times. Like if you watched my vlog, I had the wind was helping me drive faster. During that time, I didn't have to pay the PST. Doesn't natives also pay less? No, that's like a myth. You pay less if you're on reserve because the reserve doesn't have taxes. But if you're off reserve, you still have to pay all the GST and stuff. Some people, and I don't know who or how it works, they don't have to pay any income tax or any sales taxes, but I don't know how that works. Here, I have to pay everything. I don't pay GST on my gas because I get it from the reserve. But that's different because I'm on reserve. I have to go to the reserve, any reserve in Alberta, right? You get like this card, this fancy card. There's several names for it. You can call it an 8 card. You can call it a white card. Kind of racist. You can call it a blue card. You can call it a tax card. Uh, yeah. So this is what it is. Something like that. And then they like scan the back, and that's how you do it. And then you can also have like a status card. If you get your status card from check out my terrible picture. If you get your status card from the reserve, they give it to you like in this flimsy like laminated stuff. But if you get it from like Canada Place, like from the city, you get it looks like an actual identification card. I got this one from the reserve because I was just there when I remembered that I needed a new one, because you have to get a new one every certain amount of years. James Dean hair. I hear that a lot. That's maybe you can turn your cardboard boxes inside out so there's no printing on them. I've done that. No, I don't mind the print. I think it's funny. Like seeing this, like I didn't do this on purpose where it just showed the label. I think this is it's a cider company. What? Summer Peach. I'm not sure where this came from, but yeah. Also, I've had this, okay, so I went to my P.O. box. I didn't get anything from what I opened it for, but I got some packages from you guys. I had this idea of doing an unboxing video, maybe, for the first time that I open stuff. So I got, whatever, they're all over there. So I'll probably do a video on that if that sounds like something you'd like. I never get used to going to the checkout in the US and stuff costing more because they don't list the all-in price on the shelf. Oh yeah, you have to, the GST is extra. Sometimes they do. Usually in shops, like small shops, like gift shops and like boutique shops, they have it's an all-in price. And oftentimes if you ask for if you haggle a little bit, they will work on the price with you because, well, especially boutiques, like stuff is jacked up, right? Because they don't make very many sales because of like places like Walmart and Target and stuff. They sell their stuff for garbage prices, right? So the stuff is not the same quality either. But if you can get whatever from Walmart, like a picture that you put on the wall for $35, and then you go to a boutique or something and a similar picture but probably way better and way less mass produced is like $500. People are like, I'll just get the one from Walmart. But if you're like, hey, can I get this for $450? Usually they'll be like, yeah, $450, that's still good, because their price is probably, their overhead is probably like around like $180 or something like that, so they still make a decent profit. Yes, unbox. Have a good day. Gotta go to work. All right, Emily, thanks for being here. I'd love to see your smiley mail. What is smiley mail? Cool on the unboxing your mail. It'd be hilarious though if I like unboxed my personal mail by accident. I'm not gonna do it live just in case someone sends something weird, and I'll just because I don't. That's why I was hesitant of giving you guys the P.O. box, because I didn't want to like get, use your imagination. I didn't want to get any of that. So, but then I needed a P.O. box, and then I would feel bad about lying and saying I don't have one if I had one. So then I was just like, whatever, let's just give it out. And I really appreciate it. Like I got 2 packages from the same guy, who was a guy who gave me the desk downstairs. I think it's him. I think it's the same guy. I don't know why he sent it in the mail. I think I know what the one thing is. I think it's blueprints to a barn that he said he had and that he wanted to give me. But he has some telephones and a typewriter that he also wants to give me, which I'm gonna go get at some point. I just have to have time. Yeah. It makes makes you smile, but it makes us smile. Oh, smiley mail. Okay. Not an insult in any way here in the U.S. unless you're in a trade or business. Our shelf prices are tax included. Hey, Jan. Like a rock star, you're gonna end up with old ladies' underwear. Yeah, word. That's what I was saying without saying. I don't. That's disgusting. I don't want that. It's so relaxing watching your live videos because the way you speak, it feels like we're just hanging out. We are just hanging out. Like it's early. Usually, it's what is it? 9 o'clock right now. Usually, I would be. Well, if I had my shop, I would be in the shop doing something, or I'd be sleeping. Depends. Sometimes I like to sleep in. Actually, scratch that. All the time, I like to sleep in, but there's only so many hours in the day, and especially since I'm doing a lot of the housework and stuff here, right? I'm trying to like get all the things like made and done, like the tile. I have to do that, and today Jakota's coming over, so I'm gonna be helping him, which is gonna take up a lot of time. So I gotta get as much done as I can. You need your coffee. I don't drink coffee, and I don't understand how anyone drinks coffee. Wear gloves when you open them. Yo, what if someone puts fentanyl on it or something? Yeah, see, that's exactly what I don't want. Or anthrax. You know what's crazy? Is people put anthrax in the mail for no reason. I don't know if that was actually turned out to be like a false flag or whatever. Maybe it did. I don't know. But that is freaking messed up. I remember back when I was little, there was those. This is not about mail, but they had those that guy and his son were shooting people, and they couldn't figure out where they were because they were laying in a car trunk and then shooting out a little hole in the trunk. I think they were in a parkade, so no one ever saw where the bullets were coming from or anything. They couldn't figure it out because of the echoing and stuff, and they killed a bunch of people. That freaked the crap out of me when I was a little kid. I was like, what? So when I'd be like at Superstore or something with my mom. Superstore, by the way, is a grocery store, just in case you're not aware. It's a Canadian grocery store. It's actually called the Real Canadian Superstore. But anyways, when I'd be at Superstore, I'd be like mad looking at all the trunks to make sure there was no holes in them. I'm like, yeah, you ain't shooting me. Uh, First live. Hello from California. Hello, Yoki 101. I'm 1 a.m. here in Australia. Man, it's late. Oh, hey, I'm going to do the Alexander Ross giveaway here soon. So keep that in mind. I went and saw Pink last night, so having a lazy day. Pink. I was a fan of one of her songs. I can't remember what it was though. I don't remember. Hi from North Wales, UK. Finally going live. If you do an unboxing video, I will send you something. Definitely not ladies' underwear. Well, the the PO box is in the bottom of the videos. Dude, seriously, I do not understand how anyone could drink coffee either. Word. It's like drinking something that smells like it's so deceiving because it smells really good, right? But then when you put it to your lips, it's like, what is this bitter trash? It tastes like one time I drank water out of a puddle when I was little. I had one of these little NHL cups. They're like these little novelty cups that I found. And for some reason, I just took some dirty water out of a puddle, drank it, and then when I had coffee years later, like I was a little kid when that happened, when I had coffee years later, it brought me back to that memory instantly. I was like, this tastes like puddle water. It tastes so nasty. That is a deceiving smell. Another deceiving smell is I like the smell of cooked shrimp, but shrimp itself, ugh, it's so gross. Uh, there's a few other things that I think smell really good, but they just taste like, I don't know what. Not good. Add cream and sugar and yummy. Yeah, maybe tons of sugar. A bag of sugar so that you're just chewing the coffee. Then it would taste probably okay. I would not be a good human if I didn't have coffee, but I also have to get up at 2 a.m. for work each day. And why would I drink yucky bottled water? I don't know. I was a child. I was like maybe around 6 or 7. For some reason, I just wanted to. I don't know. A bag of sugar. Uh, I don't know. That was dumb. I probably could have gotten sick. I didn't, but I could have. Is cherry 7 Up any good, folks? With real sugar? Coffee tastes gross to me too. I don't really like Pepsi products, and here 7 Up is a Pepsi product. 7 Up is okay with orange juice. I've never had cherry 7 Up. My favorite soda is probably vanilla Coke, I think, tied with A&W root beer. All right, Ken, thanks for watching it. Coffee is the good drug. Well, it's definitely a drug, but it's not good. Seafood smells horrible. I can't. No, I'm not talking about like straight up seafood. Like shrimp, when it's cooked, it has like that weird smell. That's not seafood smelling. To me, it's not, anyways. And that smell is good, which tricked me into trying it, even though when you smell shrimp when it's not cooked, it smells like elephant piss. I have no idea why anyone would be like, you know what? Judging by the smell, this is probably gonna taste delicious. And then they cook it up however they cook it up and then they eat it. I wonder if they go like, smells disgusting. Let's cook it. Oh, it smells good. Might not taste good anymore. Eat it. Tastes disgusting. Glad that I tried it. Because it goes from smelling gross to smelling good to tasting disgusting. I don't know. That's just me though. Vanilla Coke. Tried it once. Nice enough. We didn't used to have vanilla Coke here. Like we had vanilla Coke here, and then we didn't, and then we just have bitch ass cherry Coke, which is okay, but not even close to the same as vanilla. And then we didn't have it for a while. Then you could only get it for like ridiculously huge prices at specialty candy shops. So you'd pay like $33 for a case of pop, which is normally like $7 or something like that. You're paying like quadruple the price. And then like I would get it. I would put it in my studio for folks who came over and for myself, let's be honest, I drink a lot of it. And then like but I'd have it in the studio fridge. People would come over, whatever, they'd hang out. I'd be like, "Yo, you want a vanilla Coke?" And they're like, "You have vanilla Coke?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And then we got it again, but we didn't get it in cans, and it's the best in cans. We got it in bottles, which is still good, but not nearly as good. And I was like, what? And it tastes a little different. Like in cans, it's better because it has like a better bite, but in the bottle, it tastes the same. It just doesn't have the same bite. But this time, when they brought it back, it seemed to taste different than the cans. I don't know. But now we don't have it again. Some places still have it where you can find it randomly, but it's just in the small bottles. Yeah. Yes, canned vanilla Coke is best. Canned Coke is best too. Like Coke is way better than Pepsi. I don't understand how anyone drinks Pepsi and goes, "Oh, this is the superior product." Like my in-laws, they only drink like they don't really drink that much pop, but when they do have it, it's always Pepsi, and it just blows my mind. I'm like, this sticks to your teeth. Like, I don't know. Like, you got to brush your teeth while you drink it. Whereas Coke, I guess it still sticks to your teeth, but I don't know. It's just way more smooth and, like, good. Hello, Lisa. Root beer. Root beer is the jam. I like almost every root beer that I've had, except for I don't really like Dad's root beer that much. I mean, I still drink it, but I don't know. It's not as good as like A&W root beer is probably the best root beer on the planet, and yeah, I don't know. Never heat water in the microwave. Oh, right. I didn't know that. Hey, if you mix milk with Coke, I that's a thing. That is weird because it separates, but apparently it tastes good. I never had it. I tried to, like, when you pour it in, I was like, and then it separates, and I was like, what? No, thank you. Not gonna drink that. But apparently it tastes good. I don't know. Has anyone tried that? To me, it seems like that's a weird combination, but I don't know. Big Red is one of those sodas that I drink for pure nostalgia of summers as a kid. If I drink it more than once or twice, though, it's trash. I've never had that Big Red. Heating water in the microwave is also very dangerous. Is it? Because, like a microwave, it only heats, like it only, this is how I understand it. Like the microwaves only affect the water molecules, and that's what heats up. That's why, like, if you put like a plate in the microwave, it doesn't get warm unless there's something that has water in it or some sort of liquid in it. I guess it would be water in it is on top of it. Same with like that's why you can touch the edge of a plate. That's hot in the center in the microwave. Same with like if you put paper in the microwave, it won't burn. Don't test this. But as far as I understand, it won't burn. I mean, I know that my microwave doesn't burn paper because I put paper in the microwave. And the reason why I did that is because I was making prop money and I was just aging it. But I put it in tea and then I was dehydrating it in the microwave. And then once it was dry, I put it in the microwave again just to make it extra dry, and it didn't do anything. It didn't burn. What will happen though is if you put paper in the microwave beside wet paper, that will set on fire, because that happened to me, because it just gets really hot and the heat just ignites the dry paper. Don't do that. A&W floats. A&W floats are better if they don't use their own ice cream. Just so you know. So if you use, because they have like that weird puck that they put in there, if you get like a soft serve ice cream and put it in the root beer, it's way better. Trust me. Because it's different. Here we have we used to have a chain called Max, M-A-C-S, and they had these slushes or Slurpees or slush puppies, whatever you want to call them. There's like several names for it. A slush puppy is a brand, but I think Slurpee is too. But anyways, it's just like a slush that you get at 7-Eleven too. But they had this thing, or this promotion, where you put ice cream on the bottom, and that used to be a thing. And I never understood why. I think it was just a gimmick that people fell for, because it was not easy to drink. It was really hard to drink, actually, but people loved it. You just put a little ice cream on the bottom and put your slush on top. Didn't really work for me, but people loved that. My family likes Pepsi and Salty Peanut. Is Salty Peanut a pop brand? Like a soda brand? I prefer Pepsi over Coke. Coke has too much carbonation and is sweeter. I like root beer. Orange and Dr. Pepper. Root beer. Here in Canada, Coke owns A&W root beer and Barks root beer. But I think in the US, correct me if I'm wrong, it's the other way around. I think Coke also owns Dad's root beer here. I do half and half with Coke. Tastes like a creamy version of vanilla Coke. I don't drink it that often because it's terrible for you. Yeah, it is terrible. On the show, Laverne and Shirley, they always drank milk and Pepsi. So it is a thing, right? That's with Pepsi rather than Coke. But it like separates. I don't understand why anyone would be like, oh yeah, it's all curdling. Probably is delicious. But there are things that I've tried where I was like, yeah, this is definitely not going to be good. Like where I've cooked it myself and I'm like, holy crap, I just thought of something. Like one day, so this is the perils of being broke, right? Well, I shouldn't say that I'm broke. I should say that I spend too much money too quickly because I get too excited about what I'm trying to make within my house. So sometimes, so that we don't kill ourselves by accident by having no money at all, we'll eat whatever's in the house, right? So one day we had some beans, like green beans from like the garden, and I was like, all right, so we have beans, we have some pepper, We have some other spices. We have some garlic, and we have some. I think we had pierogies. So I was like, all right. I took some garlic and butter and put it in the pan. I'm like, I heard garlic is good for cooking, so I put a bunch of garlic in there. What else did I put in there? I put some other stuff in there. Then I put the beans in there, and then I put it first. I really like pepper, like black pepper. It's just really good because it's not really hot for your mouth because I don't like that, but it has a good kind of sting, I guess, without it being uncomfortable. So I just put a whole bunch of pepper on there, put some salt on there, of course, and something else. And then I put the pierogies in there after I. Tell me this. What's the right way to do pierogies? First, you boil them and then you pan fry them, right? The people who just put them straight in the pan are going to drive me insane because they're so crispy. You're like it's like chewing on a shoe. I don't understand that. And the people that just boil them, well, that's just lazy. You gotta put them in the pan after. I don't know. Anyways, those beans that I made were so delicious that now it sucks that I don't remember how I made them. I've tried to do it again, but I don't remember all like the different spices and stuff I put in there. I was like, maybe this, maybe some of this, and then I put in some other something, something like garlic, but it wasn't garlic. I don't remember, but they were so good. Milk and Coke is good too. I think on Laverne and Shirley they mix milk and Pepsi. Do you do metal art? Yeah. Are you new? Maybe you're new. But yeah, here's one that I made. I mostly just do it out of scrap metal. Sometimes I will have to buy the metal depending on what I'm making, if I have to get a certain shape for structuralness, but usually it's just small stuff like this. But I've made bigger stuff as well. If you check out my Facebook or Instagram at Ushitat, then you will be able to see it. And you spell Ushitat like this. Ushitat. I don't know if you're actually genuinely curious or not, but I'm just going to leave this up here for a second so that you can write that down. Vanilla bean ice cream and milk. Yeah, that's good. And Coke, yeah. My oldest kid lit ours on fire last week. She didn't know the packaging around the cream cheese is metal. Yeah. Do you know why it's metal, by the way? Perhaps. Perhaps you do. Maybe I'll give you a chance to answer. I know a lot of facts that don't matter. A liquid can come to a boil and at any moment can overflow or explode a bit, burning either your hand or wherever it lands. No, it's actual peanuts in soda. Really? Huh. I've never heard of that. I like peanuts. It's weird when people don't like peanuts, and it's weird that people are allergic to it. It's like, man, that sucks because peanuts are good. Like having peanut butter, which crunchy peanut butter, by the way, I don't get that. The smooth is where it's at, especially if it's craft. If it's craft, the one with the two bears on it, that one or Superstore no name brand, they taste the same. But some of these other brands where it's just like, what are you adding to this? There's too much other. Just make it peanuts and whatever Kraft and no name brand does. I'm finally catching alive. I'm a root beer gal. Coke, vanilla, and orange. I tried the orange. It was okay. It's kind of different, but vanilla is definitely my favorite. Coke with actual peanuts in it is a popular southern thing. No idea why. A soft drink, soda, with a scoop of ice cream on top is called a spider in Australia. A spider. You guys have like the most poisonous and venomous things on the planet, and you seem to get along fine with it, but why would you name something delicious a spider? Maybe spiders taste good. I don't know. I'm not personally afraid of spiders. I probably would be if I knew it could kill me, but here sometimes we have black widows. but you can just step on those. And we have another venomous spider, but it doesn't kill you. I forget what it's called. But I'm not really afraid of spiders. Sometimes if they like just crawl on you and you're like blah, but other than that, it's not like I would be scared of it. It's just you can get startled by them. Oh, thank you. We are all fine. It was only on fire for a few seconds. Gives me an excuse to get a new microwave. Coke spiders are the best. Okay, off to read what my schedule will allow. Trying to learn more at 68. It's always good to learn. Like I'm 69 and I am learning every day. Someone mentioned Coke with salty peanuts. The origin of that was with miners who would put their peanuts in their Coke so they wouldn't touch them with their dirty hands. Oh, word. Onion, bacon, and butter and green beans. Onion? Oh, it was onions! I put onions in there. I didn't put bacon, but yeah, butter. Yeah, dude, try it with garlic too. Like we didn't have like the cloves. We had like that stuff that comes in a jar. I put that in there. It was so good. Black peppers on strawberries is fab. Never tried that. Do you sell metal art pieces you've made? Yes, I do. Pan fry them first, then pour water in the pan so they steam. Really? Okay, maybe that would be good too. Pierogies need to boil first. Word. Oh yes, they'll be dry. Gives you the chewy dumpling skin without the hard crunchy parts. Okay, let's go back down. Skip all these. Go down to the bottom. Why is there metal or aluminum around the cream cheese container? Oh crap! I don't know if they said why. Let's see if I can do this. Frying the kind of cream cheese in a block. It's on the cream cheese in the block. It's in the foil or whatever. Is it a foil? I guess it would be a foil. But it can come in like a container as well, like a plastic container. Um, but hold on, what am I trying to say here? I lost my train of thought. See, a message popped up for Instagram, and I started reading that, and now I forget what I was talking about. My bad. Hey, Josh. Hey, Ashley. Your name is Ashley. Why is it? Oh, yes. Why is it in the foil? So it's in the foil because it is a better preservative because the foil has minerals in it or something like that. I could be remembering that kind of wrong, but that's what it's for. It helps preserve it because I don't know. It's cheese. It goes bad. I don't know. Something like that. Something like that. It helps it not get moldy. Something like that. I know I probably sold that better than you were expecting the answer to be, but it's a simple answer. Yeah. That's why. In foil, cream cheese is not spreadable. Spreadable kind has water added. Oh, word. Peanut butter and cheese. Hey Josh, are there snakes in Canada? Yes, there are. We actually have tons of snakes here. We have garter snakes. Where I live, we have garter snakes. And then we have like serpents here and there. That's mostly in like the mountains and stuff. I think I've never seen one here. The snakes can swim here too as well. I think any snake can swim a little bit at least. But in the mountains, there's more different kinds of snakes. I don't know all the different kinds, but if you go to the Badlands, like Drumheller and stuff, there's rattlesnakes there. Garter snakes, of course. There's all sorts of different types of snakes. Further south, there's more rattlesnakes, and apparently there are wild pythons now, where people just let their pythons go, and like boa constrictors, all those different kinds of snakes that have just adapted somehow. I don't know how they don't die in the winter. That blows my mind. but apparently I've never seen one, but apparently there are some out there. I don't know where they go in the winter because it gets really cold here in the winter. I have no idea. That could be a myth, so don't quote me on that. We also have scorpions in the Badlands. Yes, that is true. It's kind of cool when you can like flip over a rock and then you'll see them. Usually they'll just like scurry away, or they'll put their tail up and they'll just be like. If you, this is mean, so don't do it. But if you break their stinger off, you can have them as a pet, and apparently they're like you can just hold them and stuff, just like you would like a tarantula or whatever, and they'll just chill. I think they go underground in the winter. Yeah, but they'd have to go underground, and it's cold underground, right? So they'd have to go like 5 feet deep to get past the frost line. I no longer want to visit Canada. They go to Florida to python. Or maybe they do. That's illegal release of unwanted pets is a big problem. Yeah, people who put their goldfish because they don't want to kill their goldfish, or if they flush a live goldfish, I heard of that being a problem. Then we get these huge goldfish in our lakes. We have this certain koi in the river, I believe, in the North Saskatchewan River, which is a river that goes through Alberta and then turns into the Saskatchewan River, which then obviously goes through Saskatchewan. I'm not sure how far it goes, but it's a big river. It's not like a big river, but it's like really long. That one has these fish in it that you're supposed to not release. Uh, if you're sport fishing, you're supposed to kill them, and I believe you get a reward for turning them in. Good morning, C. Weiss. I think I'll live my back 40 years without ever eating that. They snuggle each other for heat. They're cold-blooded, so they don't have any heat, so that wouldn't work. Baby pet scorpions get their stinger cut off when they're young, so people can have them for a while. I think that is true with tarantula as well. They remove their venomous spikes. Yeah, I think that's shitty to do to an animal. To like, if you're gonna have a venomous animal, you should just not hold it. How about that? Or risk getting stung or whatever. I mean, just because it's cool to have doesn't mean you should you should hold it. Like we allegedly used to have two pet rattlesnakes. Never once did we try to like hold it. We would take it out every once in a while, allegedly, with like this noose thing, so that it can sting you, so you could clean his enclosure, allegedly. But other than that, you don't hold a venomous snake or animal and not expect something bad to happen. And then to take away part of its body just for your own amusement is super shitty. Just same with people who like dock their dog's ears and tails, or crop their ears, dock their tails. I think that's stupid too. Unless you're doing it for their own safety, you shouldn't do that. I don't know. Like when people do it because they're like, oh, it looks better. What is wrong with you? I don't know. That's just me. Did you get a chance to ride a horse? Yo, so I could have, but it started pouring rain, so it didn't work out. It's still raining today, actually. So, not quite yet. When is Joshing with Dakota gonna drop? Available on Spotify. We have to figure that out. We have to get a mic. We have to get another light. We have two lights, but we need like the circle light that goes in the middle, just so that it has a better production. Because for all the folks who stumble across it, we want them to hop aboard, so that they will eventually find this channel and Dakota's other channel. Because like our livelihoods kind of depend on our art. We could go back to contracting. In fact, I have a quote to do here at 1:30 because I need money. So I'm probably going to go do a basement renovation here right away. But we want the production of it to be a little higher quality than like say me just talking to you guys right here. Not that I don't think you're worth a better quality, but I think you guys are used to me already. So just talking to my phone seems to be acceptable. But for all the new folks who we're hoping to attract, because we're just bullshitting, right? We're gonna do it on YouTube, and then we're gonna release it on some sort of platform, some sort of podcast platform. I imagine it'll be on Spotify. It'll be on iTunes. I don't know any of the other. I only listen to the iTunes podcasts. Anything that's only available on Spotify, I'm like, well, I don't feel like getting another platform downloaded. Uh, so we're not sure when that's going to come out. We were just teasing it before, and we didn't actually know it was going to be called that. I forget who gave that idea, but I thought it was awesome. So that's we went with it. Um, what was I saying? Yeah, so I don't know. I still have to build the set for it, which I'm gonna do a build video with that with Dakota. We're both gonna build it. I have some ideas. It's gonna have like the brick background. We're gonna make it look industrial. Uh, yeah, because I just like that look. That's what my house is. It's like farm style slash industrial slash brutalist slash anything different. I think it's cool. I think when you walk into someone's house and they're really proud of their house, it's really cool for them to have that feeling. And if I had my house just regular like most people's houses, I just wouldn't be like proud of my house. So I'm making it what I want it to be, which unfortunately takes a lot of money and time, and I have to live in this sort of situation. But it's not so bad. Some things just shouldn't be pets. Word. I agree. I hate when birds have their wings cut so they can't fly. Yeah. We had a pet starling, European starling, and but he fell off a roof when he was like a little bird, and we just fed him and took care of him uh, for I don't know a few months, anyways, and then we let him go outside, and he would come back, chill for the evening, and he'd go in the day, and he'd come back, and he did that for several days at least, probably a week or so, and then eventually he just pieced out with a bunch of like a whole flock of them. Like I think they're the birds that like do that cool shapes and stuff where they all fly together in the huge swarms. He just went with them and then came back like I don't know maybe 3 times. He like landed, came beside us, like went on our shoulder and stuff, flew away again. The thing that sucked about him is he kept shitting on on our shirts because he'd like land, do whatever, crap, fly away. But he did that like maybe 4 or 5 times in the next half hour or so, and then he just went again, and then just didn't come back. So that was kind of cool. Cruel. Leave them in the wild. They're not pets. Word exactly. I used to have a pet tarantula that wasn't poisonous, not at all. She died of old age. I had a tarantula at one point too. And one thing too, if you're gonna have a pet like that, you should make its enclosure big enough for it to be comfortable. I hate when you see like a long ass snake in like a little cage. Like, what are you doing? That's ridiculous. In the wild, sure they have like their den or whatever, but I think they like to like go around. Like that snake that I found here, that garter snake, and then it came back. If you watched the vlogs and you saw that, and how I know it's the same snake is because it had that same scar. Unless there was another snake that got again in the same spot. But that snake has a big territory here. He probably has a den somewhere, but like this is big. I couldn't make a cage this big. I do have a pet snake though. He's a corn snake, and his cage is pretty big, pretty big. Um, and it will be bigger when I put him in my studio. My wife hates snakes. Like she doesn't hate them. She's really scared of them. So, but she doesn't hate them because uh, she's always like, "Did you feed the snake? Is he good? Does he have good water?" She's always so sweet about it. Uh, I have an armadillo family that lives under my porch. They make a mess of my side yard, but I don't mind because they eat the bugs. Armadillos are cool. I think docking is illegal in Alberta now. Yeah, it is, unless it's for their health and safety. Yeah, and only certain vets are allowed to do it. But my one cousin, or my wife's cousin, who's a vet, said that that can be dangerous because then homeowners are going to do it themselves, which that would be shitty. Um, well, some people get their dog tails cut off for herding. Even if you go to a breeder that breeds herders and you insist you don't want them to herd, they'll still cut the tails. Yeah, that's a little different because it's for their safety, right? That makes sense. But to do it for aesthetic is what I'm saying is terrible. OMG, I rode a horse recently. Awesome. Riding in the rain is great. Is riding in the rain great when you don't know how to ride, though? See, because I've never ridden a horse before. The most I've ridden is a camel that someone else was holding, and it took like 7 steps. So, yeah. Amazon has pretty decent clip-on mics. I want the mic though because I want to put our logo on it. I think that would be kind of cool, kind of like how you'd see on like a show, right? Where it would just say like the name of the show. I want to have like a thing. And we're still thinking of like what our logo should be for the show, just joshing with Dakota. So it's 9:36. I have to go in about 20 minutes. Hey Josh, I think your bugs would make great hood ornaments. Keep seeing the mosquito perched on somebody's hood. The heart would look cool too. Yeah, on a rat rod or something, that would be awesome. We love just chatting and interacting. It's illegal in Australia to dog tails and ears now for ages. Yeah, the brown snake in Australia is the second most venomous in the world and is classed as a protected animal, which means you need to let it go or risk a fine. In Australia, are you allowed to kill something if your life is in danger? Because here, like poaching is illegal, obviously, but you're allowed to kill a bear or a cougar or anything that's attacking you or you think is going to attack you. You have to have reasonable suspicion that something is going to happen. Like my brother Ken and Mike, you'll see in the next vlog, but he went mining somewhere near the Yukon, anyways, and they had to be aware of the animals and stuff. They saw 40 bears, and one of them was close to their camp, but they didn't think it was going to harm them, so they didn't shoot it. But they could have shot it if they thought that it was going to attack them. But they're used to seeing bears because they do this quite often, so nothing happened and they were fine. But had that bear come around, they could have shot it and they wouldn't have gotten in trouble for it. Same with like a cougar or a wolf or even a coyote. Coyotes don't really attack people that often. They do sometimes, but not often. Same with cougars, don't often do it either, but they're cats. They like to track and stuff, so they do. There was a guy who killed one with a pocket knife, apparently. Brutalist is an architecture form. Yeah, it's like a lot of concrete, a lot of like straight lines. Like, I can't really explain it. It's like, like if you see a parkade, that's kind of like a brutalist style. It's all concrete, all the conduit and stuff is all run in straight lines and stuff, right? All that kind of stuff. It's a brutalist, I think. I think that's how you can explain it. You can see the phone in the reflection of the monitor behind you. Yeah. Okay, let's catch up. Are guns or weapons illegal in Canada, or does it depend on what part of Canada? So, in Canada, it's not like in the U.S. where some places you can have a gun and you can conceal it, or you can have an open carry. Here, you're allowed to own guns, but they have to be of a certain, depending on your license. I'm a little ignorant on this. I don't know for sure. There's no open carry anywhere in Canada, and I don't think there's concealed carry unless you have a special permit for it. And I think you have to be trained as well. I don't think you can just do it. And I think that's only in certain instances. If you're hunting, of course you can have a gun out, and you have to have certain calibers for certain seasons and certain whatever your tags are, right? If you're in law enforcement, you're allowed to have your gun off duty, I believe, in certain instances, but not always. Like I know in some states, my sister is a cop, and she lives in the states. You can have your gun on you at all times, but here you can't. I don't think, anyways. You can't have a handgun unless you have a unless unless you have a license for a handgun, and you have to carry it in a pistol lockbox, and then you have to carry the ammo in a separate locked lockbox. And I believe that you can't store them in the same safe as well, and they also have to be in lockboxes. I don't know. For some reason, handguns are scarier than rifles. I don't know why. I guess because they're easier to hide. Uh, I believe you can have your ammo for your rifles in the same place as your rifle. And but most people, I would say, who are gun collectors, you don't really know because they don't want to draw attention to themselves. Where in some of the states, at least according to online presences and the media, it seems like people are like, yeah, I got a whole shitload of guns. I'm awesome. Here, you don't really do that. I mean, I'm sure there are some people. Usually, if someone's bragging about a gun, they're usually a loser who is just a tool, uh, or they're really naive because yeah, it's kind of dumb to brag about having a gun to certain people. Could be dangerous, depending on who you're talking to. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't know a lot about guns. I don't have any guns, so I just have pellet guns. So, you know, I have a hunting pellet gun and then I have some fun pellet guns. But I've never shot anything except for targets with them. Oh, I shot a bird one time. I shot a magpie one time. That was messing with these other birds. That's about it. Uh, for if if he wasn't killing these other birds. So yeah, I don't know. I don't believe in killing stuff that you're not gonna eat. So or unless it's wrecking the ecosystem, we'll call it. So it doesn't happen too often. I agree. If you brag you have guns, your house may get broken into. I also believe if you brag about having guns, you probably don't have guns where I live, anyways, because it's very. It's not like a lot of the U.S. or I don't know if I shouldn't say a lot of the U.S. because I don't know, but it's not like you hear about the gun problems in the U.S. You can't just go get a gun from Walmart because we don't sell them at Walmart. You have to go to a gun store. You have to have a gun license. You have to take a test. Uh, Nowadays, more and more, you have to be trained in firearms. You can go to a gun range and pay to shoot their guns, but like they do a background check on you sometimes, depending on who you are. They take your license, they photocopy it. Sometimes they take your picture. It depends on what you're doing. Yeah, so I've only gone to two gun ranges, two different ones, and there was no problem there. Some people are absolute idiots though. Like they tell you like 17 times before you go into the range, don't point your gun at something you're not going to shoot. And people are like, they're like holding it like so dumb. They have their finger on the trigger constantly, and you're like, oh man, I'm gonna wait until this guy is done and I will shoot after. Because I'm just trying to shoot a target and not get shot. And these people are such idiots. Usually they get kicked out. You only get one warning, uh, and then you get kicked out. Your second warning is getting kicked out. I guess so that would be two strike rule. Um, yeah, but I've only gone to the gun range a few times, so it's it's uh it's not like it's a common like activity of mine where I'm always worried that some idiot is going to shoot me. I'm not actually afraid that I'm going to get shot because there's instructors with every single person, or group, I should say. Every, would you call it a lane? I don't know. Every spot, there's usually, in my experience, there's always been an instructor, and it's, you can't hear shit because you're wearing those earmuffs and these guns are loud in this echoey building, and they're like trying to explain to you what you do. And if you don't understand something, they can tell that you don't understand something, so they'll explain it again. They show you how to hold a gun. I remember shooting the 50 caliber Desert Eagle, which is a really cool gun. And so when you shoot a pistol, at least in my experience, you hold it like this, right? And you have your feet like this, right? And then when you shoot a rifle, you stand the other way, right? But with this Desert Eagle, I'm a small dude, relatively small anyways. And I don't know if they do this with everyone, but you have to hold the pistol. Like it's pretty big. It's probably about this big. You have to hold it and stand like you're shooting a rifle. And then he like held me at the same time until I was ready to shoot. So I had to tell him that I was ready. And then he let go, but he still held my waist like I was some dainty girl. And he didn't hold my shoulder, but he held me kind of close to my shoulder. And then when I shot, I didn't move that much, but he was ready just in case I went flying or something. Because I don't know, I guess that happens where people let go of the gun or whatever. Yeah, and they only load for that particular gun. For me, that one time they only loaded one. Uh, yeah, only one at a time. So they put it in, and they had two people at one time for that gun. For whatever reason, at that range, they had two people come for that one gun. I guess for whatever, and I think they were like $10 a shot for one cartridge. There was it was $10, I think. So I only shot like three. I was like, this is not worth it. I mean, it's fun, but it kind of hurts my hands. And $30 to shoot three bullets, that's good enough. It is fun, and it's hard to aim because it's a really heavy gun. And I'm like shooting, trying to get a bullseye. I didn't get a bullseye with that one. I got like above, below, and really close to the side. I agree if you brag. Let's see. It looks like it might be windy there from the reflection on the computer monitor. Oh, it is windy, yeah, and it's not raining right now, but it was raining. We have blue jays here that are tearing our other bird population down around here in my neighborhood, but they're protected, so there's nothing I can do about it. Oh yeah, here blue jays are pretty mean too. They're really nice looking. What's that? There's this other bird that we have. I've just recently started seeing it. It's a something jay. It's black with like a tint of blue to it. I think it's called like a mystic jay or something like that. It is super pretty. Have you have been taught to not kill something you're not gonna eat? Yeah, word. I remember when I even went to camp. We have uh, at this camp, anyways, that I went to, they had a gun range there, and you could sign up for the gun range. And so I was at the gun range, and they said if you kill it, you eat it. And I remember one time they put chocolate bars on the like the target thing, and and they were like, if you shoot it or if you kill it, you eat it. And I remember my team, we were the best shooters for whatever reason. We were kids, so it wasn't hard to be better than everyone else. Uh, I don't think I had shotguns many times before, so it was. I guess I was probably more experienced than some of these other kids, but they were just 22s that we were shooting, and then we shot 12 gauge shotgun, and I can't remember. I don't really know guns, so forgive me if this is incorrect. It was like a three something. It was like 382 or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but that thing was like blew my shoulder off. It freaking hurt, but it was really fun to shoot. Um, but you had to take turns shooting that, and only if you wanted to. And like the instructor guy was like basically cradling you like you were his son. But anyways, we had all these chocolate bars, and I had a Reese's Pieces. I shot it, first shot. Uh, but I thought like once it was shot, no one else would shoot it, so I shot the the wrapper to the side of it as best I could, and it blew it like, and then everyone else unloaded all their like here your magazine capacity at least for the 22. I think we had like 6 shots or something like that per gun at this camp. I think it was something like that. I don't remember. But they riddled my chocolate bar, my Reese's Pieces, like it was like 3 cups or 4 cups, to nothing. There was nothing to eat. So that was a bummer. Um, my next teammate, he shot the chocolate bar first too, and his chocolate bar was gone. His was like an arrow or something, and then my next teammate, he shot his first too. I remember my teammates, his name was Blue. Well, his real name was Steven, but we called him Blue because, man, I can't believe I remember his real name, Steven. Uh, this was years ago. I was like 13 or something like that. But anyways, his name was Blue because he had blue hair, so that was easy to remember. And the other guy's name was Mr. Pink uh, because he had pink hair. I take back what I said about Brutal's architecture. The first image I came across did not illustrate it well. I don't know what you said about it, but yeah, it's pretty cool. You have to be kind of more imaginative with it though. Like there's some things that are simple, right? Some people have a vision for what they're trying to build and they'll just be like, I want simple. I want straight lines and I want it to be smooth, concrete, whatever, with no textures to it. I think texture does a lot for something. Like even if you just put lines into concrete, it looks so much better. Like imagine like a sidewalk with no lines. I know the lines are functional, but let's just say there was no lines. It would look so boring. But those lines put in it, it looks better. It doesn't necessarily look amazing because it has lines in it. It just looks better than having no lines in it. Uh, I'm always afraid that people will become violent after like a middle finger in traffic and they'll pull out a gun. I live right under Michigan too, so it's even that bad here. But some people, man, yeah, it is weird to have a gun pulled on you because, well, I don't know if you've had a gun pulled on you, but it's just like, what do you do? Like, it scares you to death. Well, I don't know. I was a little cocky because I knew he wasn't going to shoot me. Well, I didn't know. He could have totally shot me. But yeah, the States, it's kind of scary to go there because you can't say whatever you want there to certain people because they will either pull a gun on you or actually kill you. Uh, I'm still alive, so nothing happened. But yeah, you can't do anything. I don't give people the middle finger for no reason. But yeah, it's crazy. Uh, yeah, people are crazy. Uh, don't know why you should need to carry guns. Well, some people feel the need because other people have guns who will kill them. I don't know. There's plenty of reasons to have a gun, but there's not plenty of reasons to pull a gun, I would say. I think there's one reason to pull a gun. Let's say 2 reasons. One for fun, which you should only do where it makes sense to have fun with the gun, and two for self-defense. People who pull guns to threaten someone are cowards, in my opinion, because you can't win against a gun unless you have a gun yourself, which is a good reason to have a gun is for self-defense. But I don't know. To me, when someone's a coward for any reason, like even trolls, to me they're cowards, right? Someone who has a gun who uses it to intimidate someone else for the reason to rob them or threaten them are some of the weakest people on the planet, in my opinion. Anyways, this conversation is getting a little off the rails. Uh, I have trophies for shooting, but I only shoot targets. Aren't you the person who just said you don't know why anyone would carry guns? Oh, maybe carrying and using is different. I get it. Open carry here in Arizona. It's the Wild West. Guns everywhere. Yeah. Yeah, no. That's like my sister lives in Arizona. Um, that's where, yeah. Anyways, I don't blame you. I consider it sometimes even here in Toronto. We have a lot of gun gang violence recently. Oh yeah. I heard that like the Crips are coming back to Canada, which that's kind of messed up. So, I don't know. That's weird. I thought that gang was like taken apart. I don't know. 50 caliber will knock you over tea kettle. Yeah, knock you a over tea kettle, ass over tea kettle. I don't know how to say that. I was outside coloring, had to go inside for a few hours because 911 reported there was a violent person walking around with a knife or gun down the street. Rarely happens here, but still. A knife or gun. I would like to know if it was a knife or gun. If it was a knife, I probably wouldn't be so worried. But if it was a gun, I'd be like, well, you can kill me from standing over there, so I'll probably go inside. We went in a restaurant in Florida. A man had to put his gun on the table whilst he was eating. Surprised that's allowed. Yeah, I think there should be like a certain etiquette that everyone should, like an unspoken rule. Like, yo, some people are scared of guns, so if you're going to open carry it, I don't know, put your shirt over it or something. I don't know. I guess that would be concealed carry at that point. I don't know. It's weird when you see someone who just has a gun. And it's just there. It's like, what? That doesn't happen here. There's no open carry here, but it's weird. Sometimes you see like someone who's in a gang who has a gun. That's super rare. I mean, there are a couple gangs here in Edmonton, like Red Alert, which is an offshoot of the Bloods, apparently. I'm not exactly sure. I'm not about that life, so I don't know. But sometimes you see one of them with guns, but you don't see the gun because it's under their shirt. You can tell that they have one, and that's messed up. But if you don't mess with them, they don't care about the general public unless they're gonna rob you or something. But they're not gonna do that in public usually. So you will sometimes see it, but it's rare. Like you don't really see a gang member necessarily. They usually, I mean, they don't really go around everywhere, sort of thing. I don't know. But usually if you see someone wearing all red, you can assume that they're part of Red Alert or something. So you'll be like, oh, that guy's probably Red Alert. And then if you watch, you can see that if he might have a gun, you might be able to see it, sort of thing. That's kind of freaky, but it's easy to ignore because they're probably not going to do anything. My dad was a sniper in the Hungarian Revolution. I inherited his eye for shooting. That's cool. Can Hank come and say hello? I don't know where he is. He might actually be outside. Hank? Hey, buddy. These people wanted to say hi. Hey, pal. I'm sorry I don't have anything for you. I called you, and he's like, "What the heck, man? What the heck? Look how tall he is. It goes over the table." um, okay. We have grackles that hoard the bird feeder, making it hard for the other birds. Grackles. I've never heard of that. Black with blue tint are called grackles. This is not grackle. 380. That is it. I think that's the gun. No, I would never kill anything. I am a nurse. I try to save lives. Oh, do you hunt at all? Well, hunting, I mean, depending on what you do, hunting is way better than getting your meat from the store. It not only tastes better, unless you don't like game meat or if it's not if it's not prepared correctly or processed correctly. But I think it's a way better way to get your meat because it's way more ethical. The animal didn't know it was going to die. It's just like instant. Pff, not quite instant, but pretty instant. It's not scared or anything. It's just peaceful. Pff, nothing happens. Nothing bad happens, I should say. I guess the death, whatever. It's a circle of life. I mean, life eats life, right? Even in the wild. I mean, that deer or whatever you shoot with a gun is going to die a way better life than getting got by a bear. Because the bear is just going to start eating it while it's still alive. And then may even leave it, like, had enough eat, leave it, and it's still alive. And then wolves come and eat it some more while it's still alive. That sucks. I wish that didn't happen. I don't know. But a bullet through the lungs, that's like almost instant death. That it doesn't even feel, by the way, oftentimes. Oh, Gabby. Yo, Josh, I want a Hanksplanks. I'll pay shipping. Check your email. I will. I will do the email either tonight or tomorrow. It depends on when I have time to do it. Pretty busy day today. So, all that stuff, I don't ignore it. Though, if I forget, please email me again. Thank you very much. Ah, true. That's good to hear. Not a huge fan of hunting, but most of the people I know who are good shots are hunters. Huge respect for nurses. Thanks for what you do. Yeah, nurses are cool too. Uh, you know what's funny? One of my wife's friends tried to save a deer's life because she hit it with her car and she gave it CPR, but it died. Which I probably would have told her that it was gonna die, but I don't know. I'm surprised it let her give it CPR because it's adrenaline. I'm surprised it didn't kick the crap out of her. But maybe it hurt too bad. I don't know. Did you see Austin's live stream last night? He got his hair cut off. I did not see it. I was probably working on my bathroom. My dad taught me to shoot a 22 when I was 6. I was a TNY teenager. My dad used to let me add a little 32 snub nose. My sister was a big sturdy teen. He let her shoot the 357 Magnum. Oh, dang. That would hurt my hands. I get banned at the fair from shooting games because once you figure out how off the scopes are and start hitting the targets, they hate you. Oh, word. That at fairs and stuff, the sights are never lined up. So yeah, you have to figure it out. Like when you shoot like the little ducks, ping. Yeah, like the what do you call them? Like the regular sights are also off. Cause like I'm a pretty good shot, I would say, and I'm like not even coming close to hitting anything. I guess hitting a moving target is a little harder, but still, I'm like, yo, what the heck is going on? It's weird. Late to the party again. Hello from Pennsylvania. Love the metal bugs. Thank you. Totally agree from Wisconsin. In fear all the time, as you can hear. We have a lot of road work here, so this dude hit a couple cones, then came 2 inches from hitting us while backing up, and my mom flipped him off, and he flipped back, then backed up against our car. Well, I mean, I don't know. Yesterday, I accidentally sprayed rocks at a guy, and he was pissed, but I wasn't getting angry back, and I think that was making him more angry. And then I offered to pay for his windshield and he didn't believe me, and then I gave him some cash and then he wouldn't take it, and then he's like, there was already some chips in it, I know that, but I'm pretty sure you put more in it. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I didn't because I didn't. And he's like, yeah, you shouldn't have, blah blah blah. And I was like, dude, don't go so close to someone on a gravel road. I was crossing the highway. I didn't mean to spit rocks at him, but he thought I did. I don't know why he would think that, because who does that? I guess someone would. I wouldn't have pulled over if I did it on purpose, that's for sure. Uh, we had a guy in our parking lot at work Tuesday night wearing a bulletproof vest and a gun with several extra magazines. They called the cops and they arrested him. Yeah, that's kind of weird. When you see someone doing that, unless they're trying to like protest or something, uh, which usually you would know if they were protesting because they would have a sign or something. That's messed up. Why are you wearing a vest? Doesn't make any sense. Why do you have all these magazines on you? Why? Why would you do that if you're just open carrying and you just have like you're like full out SWAT. The shoot the star is crap because they reuse the pellets, although I have shot it out. Shoot the star? Oh, I don't know what that is. Another finger. Then we both drove off, but he tried running us off the road, then threw something at our car. Legit scary. Hmm. One guy got cut off by a semi truck who I know, and probably the semi truck didn't see him because that's kind of a shitty thing to do, especially if you're in a semi truck or semi truck if you're in the States. But he threw his milkshake out the window. Like the guy who I know threw the milkshake out the window, and it went all over his windshield, the truck, and so the wipers go, but it's just smearing it. So he had to slow down because you can't see anything, and he had to clean off his windshield. That could have been dangerous. I don't recommend doing that, but that's just something that I know that happened for a guy. Nothing wrong with being gay. Happy Pride. What? Oh, someone said, "Are you gay?" No, I'm not. What a weird thing to just ask. Unless he's a troll. My dad used to load a small charge wax bullet so we could shoot in the house down the hallway into a box on a chair with pillows inside. Seems legit. Oh, hi Hank. I love dogs so much. Oh man, I'm behind on these comments. Let's go down. Bye Denise. Have a good day. I revived hamsters that had heat exhaustion. I treated them like a child patient and it worked. Well, that's cool. My uncle-in-law saved a hamster that someone left in their back alley in the sun in a plastic cage thing, like a plastic cage that had like slots in it, like not a wire one. And it was so freaking hot outside, but they saved it. It eventually did die of old age, and it's perhaps they thought it had already died, and maybe that's why they put it out. I'm not sure, but it was still alive. Because sometimes hamsters die several times for whatever reason. I've heard several stories of people saying that their hamster died and then it came back to life. So maybe that happened and then they put it outside. I hope that's what happened because it'd be super. I hate it when people like leave animals out. It's like, what are you doing? Anyways, I've been on here for almost 2 hours. I gotta go. It's 10:08. Oh, hamsters go into hibernation and people think they have died. Oh, I see. That's hopefully what happened. I hope. I don't know. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt, but yeah. I haven't led a pampered life necessarily, so I've definitely seen the opposite of what I try to exude myself. Exude is probably not the right word. But yeah. Anyways, Lady Cat Singer is going to bed. Well, I'm logging off here right away. Night shift sucks. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the support. All right, guys. I'm taking off. If you guys want to order something from me, including a Hanksplanks, this is what I think I'm going to do. No, I don't think I'm going to do this. Some of them are not as good a quality as others, but if you order one, you kind of get what you get, right? This is a support thing. I'm trying to make them all the best quality that I can. If you want a demotivational sign, this is what I'm going to do, unless you ask to not have it. And I can make it say, give up. It's not okay. It gets worse. Your mom. Try, fail, quit. And not worth it. Those are the 6. Or you can get something custom. Email me. What is it? orderfromjosh@gmail.com. Please don't use the My Hands Gallery Gmail for ordering because it's just easier to do it all from one spot. I mean, if you already have, don't do it again. Don't change it to the new one. Just keep it there because it's easier just to have one thing. If you want to order a hat, if you haven't ordered a hat already, they're these ones. Same way, order from Josh. I have a few left, so I have to make sure that I don't oversell them because they're expensive to order new ones, and I can't do that right now. excuse me, but if you want to reserve for the next order that is coming in, Ashley's hats that she designed, we're going to start working on those right away. I'm going to send all that stuff in there. The next vlog will have more of this information in it. All the hats come with a sticker. You can also buy the stickers separately if you want. They're a support sticker. They're $5. I used to have this sticker, but this is the last one left, and I want to get more of these made, so I'm not giving these out anymore right now. So I have these ones instead. These ones will come back again, and they do say Ushitad on them in the regular way, but this is like phonetically. Anyways, I am thinking about becoming sticker packs that I've bought in the past are like $40, depending on who makes them. I am not gonna make a $40 sticker pack. They'll probably be like $25. I sell them individually for $5, and I think I'm gonna put like 10 stickers in it. So that is something in the future. I do have some other merch on Teespring, which is just shirts and hoodies and stuff. So check that link in the description and stuff. I'll probably put it here as well. I'm probably forgetting something. Oh yeah, if you're on the waiting list, the wish list, it's in this book. It's this thick. I don't have most of these pages filled up, but the first, I don't know, 5 or 6 pages are filled up. Please be patient. I don't have my shop, so I'm only there when I can be there, and I'm also working on my house. Once I have the shop built here, it'll be much faster to get your orders. But if you want to order something from me at all, orderfromjosh@gmail.com. That includes these little sculptures, paintings, anything. I really appreciate all your guys' support. I really do. So, see you later. Are you signing the stickers? That's a good question. I don't know what I would sign them with. I guess a paint marker. Oh. You know what? Let's do that real quick. So if I were to sign one, it would be the black one. I could sign it with a gold or silver pen. I have a gun here, so. Oh, this is backwards to me, so hopefully that's not backwards to you. But yeah, that's my signature, so. I could sign it if you ask. I'm not going to sign every single one because that's a lot to do, and you might not want it. But if you want one signed, then just put that in your thing. Yeah, the planks need a hanger thingy. Now I'll have to sell them for more than $10. This is what you get, basically, is this. Jesus. Is this. Putting a hanger on there and stuff, it's just so much labor that it's just not worth it at that point. And then I may as well not even do it because I will lose money because the time that it takes to do everything, sort of thing. So this is what it is. That's what you get. If you don't want one, I totally understand. The idea is not to have a super awesome sign. It's just to have a way to support me to do my new deck, or as we've decided, to start working on the shop maintenance and stuff so I can get that going. Anyways, thank you guys. Everything that I said that I'm going to put in the description, hopefully I remember, but I'm going to try to do that here right away. It takes a while for these to process, but yeah. All right, guys. See ya. Thank you.